Well, hello there, magic monsters. Hello, and welcome to the stream. I should have brought up Unity before I started this, but I should have pushed this button first. So here's the problem. It's just past midnight here, and it's for some reason cold outside, even though it's summertime. So I couldn't just go for a walk. I could have. I really could have. I could have gotten I could have worn a jacket and gone for a walk, but I woke up from a nap. A nap I started at 7:30. And I knew it was dangerous going to sleep at 7:30, going to take a nap at 7:30. I'm not an idiot, right? Most of the time, sometimes. But when I woke up, it was dark. I had my lights on. I went to sleep. I had all my day clothes on. I had a heavier blanket on, so I'd be more hot than usual. I had my lights on. Everything was primed for me to not stay asleep and just to sleep for 45 minutes. No big deal. But I woke up and thought, fuck. Oh my gosh. Huh. Yeah. So here we are. So I was supposed to wake up and then work on this game, and so I guess I'm gonna do that. But instead, I'm gonna do it at midnight. And folks who maybe don't usually have the opportunity to come onto the stream can come onto the stream and say hello. So if you do come onto the stream, hello, welcome to the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. And now I'll remember what I was doing before. And I do remember what I was doing before. It was actually changing the experience system, so and the level up system, because last time some very nice people, actually three different people who watched the stream, helped me out with some math, because math is not my strong suit, at least some sorts of math, and we got the player script working with leveling up, and reversing that to figure out, given any amount of experience, how many additional levels could I gain at once between where I am today and I'm texting somebody. All right. The experience. Here we go on this one. I'll zoom in a little bit. Ooh, maybe a lot. We'll see. Might have to zoom out. That's a little close. Ooh, gonna have to sneeze. Three cheers for the mute button and me being able to press it before sneezing. All right. Yeah, so basically, Merrick and others helped me with this, and it works beautifully. It actually works better than my version, which turns out didn't work right. Just got a text from my mom. My mom just landed in Amsterdam. Nice. I'll tell her, nice. Have a great time. So, my mom's in Europe for some reason. She's going to Germany with her brother, and they're going to be on a cruise on some river, probably the Rhine River. Yeah, so that's neat. All right. Gosh. Well, gosh. Yeah, so mine didn't work, but super grateful to the people who helped me. But here's the problem. Afterwards, I was looking at my fancy cheat sheet here that I built for myself, where I can add in the experience, and once this presses play, we'll all get to see it. So I've got, where is it? It's down here. So I got this, so now I can see what's going on in the game, all the stats of all the players and stuff, and I can add things. And I realized that the algorithm I was using for the leveling up was wrong, and would scale way too much. And so I looked back at my notes, and in this case, my notes were, well, were Might and Magic. The old Might and Magic algorithm. So I changed it, and now let's see, it's up here. And now points required for next level is this algorithm. So your current level times your current level minus 1 times the experience required for the first level divided by 2. So this is 1,000 for the default, meaning to get from level 1 to level 2 you need 1,000 experience points. So the math there is 1 times 0 times 500, which of course is 0, but that's to get to 1. But if you're on 1 and you want to get to 2, wait, how does that work? 1 times 0, that's always going to be 0. That's weird. That's weird. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. It's supposed to be 1,000 for the first one. What would be the math? Okay, that's clearly not right. I mean, what would be the math if I was on level 2? It would be 2 times 1 times 500. So it's, I see. So this is the level I want to get to. If this was 3, it should be 2,000. 3 times 2. 6 times 500 is 3,000. If there's 4 times 3 is 12. 6,000. Yeah. Well, heck. So I suppose it's, I'm going to change this to current level, just to make that more clear. I suppose it would actually then be current level plus 1 times current level. So if I'm on level 1, it would be 2 times 1 times 0.5. If I'm on level 2, it would be 3 times, okay, let's see that. And then experience for next level will be, well, for any level, any given level. Yeah, so I'm going to, instead of doing it like this, I'm going to do it like this, so that we only have one of these actual algorithms going on. I'm just going to do experience and experience required for current, and then we'll pass in current level. There we go. And it has to be an int. So pass in an int of current level. That should always be an int anyways. That's points, so there's not going to be floats for that value. But all right, let's see if that works in the cheat sheet. Hey, good morning, Rexel and Raphael. Early morning for you. I don't know what time it is for you guys. It's just past midnight for me. But welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's see. Okay, good. So now it's saying 1,000 points to level up. Can level up. I level up. 2,000 to level up. Okay, that's good. Level up. 7,000 to level up. That's not right. Alright, so let's now see. This other math is wrong, by the way, so that's probably why. Alright, so levels to level up is not yet used or done. So now I need to figure out the math. 9 a.m. Wow, Pretos, what are you doing up at 3:18 in the morning? Did you also take a nap at 7:30 and not wake up till nearly midnight? So yeah, so here's the deal. Let's see. We use this points required for next level in multiple places. Okay, that's yeah. So if we're looking for can level up, experience for next level, so that should work perfectly fine because this is always just getting our current level. Can level up based on the experience points is going to look for whether that is yeah. So that's the same deal. But in this case, just passing an explicit value rather than the value from our stats system. And then this one is the issue, I think, levels to level up. But I'm not using that now. This method is really long. Instead, I'm using this here. When I do my actual level up, I need to figure out the number of levels between my current level and the experience points. And then add those points. So and then add the skill points times the number of levels I'm adding up. So, you know, in this game, having breakfast. See ya. Oh yeah, I guess it could be 3:18 p.m., but I don't think you meant 3:18 p.m. Yeah, so in this game you can level up multiple levels at once. You have to go to a trainer to level up, so you don't level up when your experience gets there. You instead have to, you know, go to a trainer, pay some money, spend some in-game time, not real time. It'll just, you know, fast forward a week in a click of a button. But you can do multiple levels at once, and that's part of the shtick here. So I need to find out the number of levels between the current level and the amount of experience you have. Now this was the old way of doing it. The new math doesn't use powers, and so as the new math is, you know, remember when all the I don't know about those not in America. This might sound weird to those not in America, so forgive me. But do you remember when all the Republicans and the right-wingers were all they had their panties in a bunch about the new math and how they were all mad about new math and how their kids were learning new math, and it was somehow like a satanic liberal conspiracy theory to get their kids to, like, you know new math? Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. The world's a great place. Where is my level stuff? There it is. This is my level code. So I'm just going to copy this as a reference on my stuff down here. Alright, and everything else down here that's unfortunately is no longer correct. Or no longer, it's correct. I'm just not going to use it because the math changed. The properties? Yeah, Common Core, that's what it was called, and that's exactly what it was supposed to be. That it was supposed to be the way that we actually do it in our head, which is different than the way I was taught to do it. Yeah, you're not learning disabled at all. It turns out the paper was learning disabled because it's a piece of paper, and it was made by people who didn't think about it that way. Even though they probably did in their head that way too. So, and you know, honestly, I only had a little exposure with kids learning it. It wasn't that difficult to learn. It was just a different way of doing it. But man, oh boy, some people hate change. I personally like to change my underwear from time to time. I don't think the underwear I wore 10 years ago is better than the underwear I wear today. There were some good things about it, but a lot of it did not hold up. Alright, so if I'm going to reverse this, I know my experience, and wait, did I? I didn't already write this up here, did I? Levels to level up. Oh, I guess I kind of did. Okay, this might be I can't remember why I was doing, you know, yesterday or whatever, because that was a long time ago. So maybe this was it, because I know my experience points. So we know we've got experience required here divided by 2. So if we go backwards, we're trying to figure out level. Let's see. We just need to do the math on this to reverse things. So let's take this part first. Level plus 1 times level. So this is going to be x plus 1 times x. And we need to solve for x times experience divided by 2. Okay, so to reverse this, we can do, what is it? This, bring this part. All right. Well, I mean, we could essentially do this, and then say that experience divide. Flip this over, right? So experience. Okay, sorry. Level equals that. So we also know our current level. No, this is XP required. 1,000 divided by 2. All right. That's because that's experience required. This is yeah, so this is total XP. All right. So then if I flip this around, so then I say total XP divided by 1,000 divided by 2. Yeah. So if this is 10,000 as an example, it'd be 10,000 divided by 500. And that should equal x plus 1 times x. And then it does come down to the teacher. You're totally true. You're totally right there. Yep. So again, as an example, 10,000 divided by 500 equals 20. And what would be the opposite of this? X plus 1 times x. How would I reverse that? It would be x divided by x plus 1. What did I do here? Here I did experience points. Should be this, divide by this, just divide by this and divide by that. Is that right? Does that work? What would that be? If I had 10,000 experience points divided by 500, divided by my current level. Let's say I'm on level 3. So divided by 4 divided by 3 equals, let's bring up calculator. 10,000 divided by 500 divided by 4 divided by 3 equals 1.666, which would imply I can get to the next level, to 1 level up. So if I flip it around and I do this, and I want to say what's my experience for level 4, so this one I'm assuming I was on level 3, so if my experience in level 4 is going to be 5 times 4 times 500, need 12,500 experience to get to level 4. Alright, and how many do I need? Let me just write that down. Level 4 equals 12,500. Whoops. And then 3 equals, so 4 times 3 times 500. That doesn't sound right. 4 times 3 times 500. Okay, I guess it is right. 6,000. And then to get to level 2 is 3 times 2 times 500. Whoops. 3 times 2 times 500. 3,000. Okay. 2 equals 3,000. So 4 is really that? Is that right? Did I type that in right? According to this math, it would be x plus 1 equals 5 times 4 times 500. Oh. 10,000. Why did I get a different number before? Because of new math. That's probably why. So 5 would be 6 times 5 times 500 equals 15,000. So 5 equals 15,000. 15,000, etc. And so this, you can see the progression. It's going up by its own level times 1,000. So you know, you need 5,000 experience points to get from level 4 to 5. You're going to need 6,000 to get from level 5 to 6. So it should be 21,000. So 7 times 6 times 500 equals 21,000. So so you get the idea there. Now, if I'm on level 2 and I have 15,000 points, I want to get the value 3 back. So let's see if this works out for this algorithm right here. So if my experience points is 15,000 divided by 500 divided by current level minus 1 divided by current level, or so if I'm on level 2, so current level minus 1 equals 2 divided by 3 equals 5. So that means I can get to level 5. And then if I subtract I need to then do all of that and then subtract my current level minus current level, which would be 2. And now let's just do one more little test. If I have 21,000 points, divide by 500, divided by my current level minus 1, divided by 2 equals 21. See, that's not right. That gave me 21,000. Did I do the math wrong? 21,000 divided by 500 divided by 2 divided by 1. Oh. This is supposed to be plus 1. That's why. Okay, hold on. Let's do it again. 21,000 divided by 500 divided by 3 divided by 2 equals 7 minus 2 equals 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, not right. Not right at all. Well, damn. Hi, Jack. I know, I know. Honestly, Jack, I want an algorithm because sure, that's cool. Yeah. But it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. They gave me the wrong number. What if I do this part first? What if I do what's 3 divided by 2? 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Okay, so what if I did 21,000 divided by 500 divided by 1.5 equals 28. 42 divided by 1.5 equals 28. That's not right either. 42 divided by 3 divided by 2. Wait a minute. That time it gave me the right number. I think I'm just typing things in wrong. So maybe it is working. Okay, let me do it again. 21,000 divided by 500. My current level is 2, so divide by 3, and then divide by 2. Minus my current level, which is 2, gives me 5. So if I'm on 2, I go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not, because I need to go to 6, not 5. So it should be 4. And then if I was on 2 and I've got 6,000 points, I have 6,000 divided by 500 divided by 3 divided by 2 equals 2. And that's not right either, because if I subtract, alright, screw it. Well, it's just not working. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and do the easy button. Easy for me button, at least, because I built a wonderful thing. Return 0. I built a wonderful thing called a lookup table. And Jack, you got it right. I'm going to create a new lookup table from the Infinity PBR game modules. This is part of the game modules bundle, so you can do this too. And we're going to call this levels. And input's going to be 1,000. Output level 2. Is that right? I really want it to work with the math. I really do. I shouldn't have deleted all my stuff though. I should have deleted just this part or just commented it out. Oh, wait a minute, but this is the problem. This was wrong from the beginning. 2 is supposed to be 1,000. Two is supposed to be 1,000. See, I am tired, that's for damn sure. But I'm not tired enough to sleep until, like, a reasonable hour. Alright, so 2 is supposed to be 1,000, not 3,000. That I should have realized that's my first mistake. You need 1,000 points to get to 2. So, experience for next level. If you are on for level 2, is not 2 plus 1 times 2 times 500. That's not right. That's what you need for level 3. So maybe my first algorithm was right, where it was this minus 1. So if I'm looking for level 2, it's going to be 2 times 1 times 500 is 1,000. Okay, so maybe I had it right the first time. So this is actually 3 and 2 equals 1,000. And just to go crazy, let's do level 5. If I'm on level 5, we do 4 times 5 times 500 is 10,000. Alright, let me just do the math here. Level, so for 3 would be 2 times 3 times 500. 2 times 3 times 500, 3,000. And for level 4, 5, 6, 7, level 4 is 3 times 4 times 500. Alright, 5 is 4 times 5 times 500. Alright, so that seems about right. 6 times 5 times 500. Alright, so that is working. So this was the right way. I shouldn't have changed it to plus. My bad. My bad, everybody. Yeah, I try comment. These days I try to add dates to my comments as well, because I'll forget when I wrote a comment. I'll be like, was this comment from last week or last year? I need to actually add this to plastic and get that working. That's a to-do item for myself. All right, so now let's see if this works. So if I have 15,000 experience, divide by 500, divide by, I don't know, let's say my current level is 3. So divide by 2, divided by 3 equals 5. Minus my current level is 3 equals 2. See, this is where I'm getting wrong. This doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right. So if I have 15,000 experience points and I divide that by 500, I get 30. Yeah. How do you get I don't think I don't think passing current level is correct. I think it's actually I know my current experience. Is there a website that lets you reverse algorithms that just does it for you? Reverse an algorithm. For me. No, these are just educational things. Well, fudgesicle. What happens if I pass in 12,000? Experience points. I guess what I'm really looking for is what level can I get to with X experience points? The current level shouldn't matter to any of that really. Yeah. So I think I'll have to update this at some point. That's for darn sure. But I suppose did you already do that search and you know that there's a good result? EXP calculator. Exponent calculator? Math. I don't know what E is. I know. I suppose I don't really know what this, let me see. Let me see something real quick. My end magic 6th level calculator. So might and magic is nth level, takes n times 1,000 more experience. Beautiful gray face who did a lot of stuff on might and magic, by the way. So that's where the algorithm comes from that I'm using. And that's where we get this. So because n is the level that you're trying to that you're trying to get to. So if I'm trying to get to level 2, I need I really need n my current or level, which is level -1. Times. Yeah. I don't know. This seems like This seems... yeah, I don't... What is this? Okay, YouTube link with that. Let me see. I'll have to not use audio for that. YouTube. Oh, let's see. That's not. And then watch this. Level system in Unity by Code Monkey. Hello, he's your Code Monkey. Let's see. So I'm scrubbing through. Yes. If I understand summation series, that sounds correct, because it adds to each one. And the experience bar size. Set, that's the UX stuff. I mean, they're also apparently here. He seems to also be removing the experience as he gets to each level. So I don't know if that's the right one. I think the reality is there is an algorithm here to reverse this. I mean, that's obvious. We're smart enough. Even those of us who don't know the math, I'm smart enough to know that there is an algorithm to reverse this. The problem is I just don't know what it is, and not sure how to reverse this part. I can pass in any level and know how much experience I need to get there. I would like to pass in some experience and know what level I can get to. Might and magic formula is n to the whatever. Might and magic mechanics. Yes. this. This is the Might and Magic one. Total experience N equals N times N minus 1 times 500. Where if where 1000 is what you need to get to level 2, so that's why I do 1000 divided by 2. Because on easier settings this might be 900 divided by 2, and harder it might be 1100 divided by 2, so that's just a little bit harder to get to the next level. So yeah, I think this is the part that gets me, is that this is total experience of N, and then I don't know how to convert, you know, because I can easily bring this part to the other side. That's just dividing, right? So if multiplying by 5,000, we get total experience N divided by 500 equals N times N minus 1. So that's what I was trying to do. Total XP N divided by 500 equals N times N minus 1. So an example of 10,000 would be 10,000 divided by 500 equals N times N minus 1, which means 20. Oops. 20 equals N times N minus 1. And to reverse N times N minus 1, isn't that like N minus 1 divided by N? So N minus 1 over N. Is that right? Or is it the other way around? 5 times 4 is 20. 5. Yes, it is late here. Where's my calculator gone? There's so 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Does it even matter which direction it goes? I suppose it probably does. The end result that I want to get out of this is 5. So N times 20 minus 4. So so I guess I know I want to get 5 out of this. So I need to divide this by 4. I need to divide this by N minus 1. So 20 divided by N minus 1 equals N. Feel like I'm suddenly closer, yet still far away. Because now I've got N on both sides. I don't want N on both sides. I know you all logged in expecting a game dev stream, but instead you're getting... Where'd my YouTube go? Where'd my own YouTube go? Did I accidentally close my own YouTube stream? How can I see your comments? There we go. What is this, Jack? 0 equals n times n minus 20. Solve the quadratic equation. Solve for binomial. You give me terms I'm not sure what they mean. What's a binomial? Binomial. This is not a good explanation, by the way. Yeah. Solving for quadratic equations. Okay. This is fun. I know it is game dev. Quadratic equation. Oh, Cliff Notes. I remember that. Quadratic is an equation that could be written as that when a 0. Okay. Or forget the math and do the lookup array. Yeah, I think the math is close, but the lookup array is just right there. Yeah, 3,000. Copy that. Is for level 3. 6,000 for level 4. 10,000 for level 5, 15,000 for level 6, 21,000 for level 7. Somewhere Einstein's rolling in his grave, or somebody, some mathematician says, no, it's really easy. And I get it. It is easy. I'm sure there's a very easy peasy explanation, but I just don't know what that is. Whoops. 91,000 equals 14, and then 106,000 equals 15, and we'll leave it there for now. And so I will say var level 2 can get to equals see, parameters do I not have parameters here? Oh, this isn't a mono behavior though. Oh, properties, not parameters. What am I? It's because it's 1 a.m. That's why. Properties, not parameters. I thought I pulled this down. I didn't. Properties. Properties dot or lookup table. Okay. Input value is experience. Table name is levels. And so debug.log. So I should return that minus current level. And that will give me an int, so equals that. All right. Ha! Hi, Jason. Yeah, the mistake, Jason, was that I took a nap at 7:30 and then I woke up at 11:45, and that was the mistake. And I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to sleep now because I want to wake up at like 8 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. like I usually do, but I wouldn't. There's no way, right? I mean, I guess it's possible. I didn't expect to take a nap that long either, but. Alright, give myself 1,000 points, give myself a level up, give myself more points, whoops, and give myself a level up. Can get to level 4 equals 2. Alright, now let me look at this one. If I, whoops, have 10,000 experience points, I should be able to get to level 5. So let's see. Can get to level 5 equals 4. Yeah, so I was able to get to 5. And if I have 11,000 experience points, or just over 10,000. I can also get to 5. And I just have, yeah, less experience to go. Alright, this appears to be working. I don't have any, no, I try to keep, yeah, I mean, this is too long. This method is too long. This is 1,300. If I cut out all the comments, it's 1,300 lines, 1,200 lines. Too long. Realistically, these need to be moved into another script. They don't have to be in the player. This is just math. So, I mean, even this is just doesn't need to be this long, because this is really just int of that minus current level. So we're just returning this. So a lot of this is stuff that doesn't have to be so long. And there you go. So this is now a property that can be, I think, is that called a property still? Or is it just a method? But this can be put up here. And so levels to level up is really one way of saying number of levels between current level and experience points. So, and ints of each. So there you go. I don't think I use this, but I use this. So levels to level up. Yep. All right, so the other question I have for myself is, did my hit points change? I think they changed. But now that I look at this, I don't even know if I'm spitting the hit points out. Yeah, so this is Jason, and Jason talk often about scripts and their length, and it's very easy to make a long class, right? It's very easy, but I guess the thing that one has to sort of kind of learn intrinsically in a way is where to start drawing the line. Like, the concept that they kind of work with is, hey, if it's 200 lines, you gotta think about how that can be moved around. And I think after you do that a while, you'll probably get used to just doing it automatically because you've done it so many times. Do I have hit points here? I don't have my hit points. Well, why don't I have my hit points out here? That seems like a logical thing to have put out here, but I didn't put it out there. So this is player properties on the player properties editor here, and I can refactor this to be, all these can be changed, but so let's see. I think it would be appropriate to have the hit points be above our stats here, I suppose. Final. So above player stats, player hit point points, we'll do player. So we'll do player points, and that's going to be private void player points. I would say though that editor scripts I do think can be longer than 200 because there's just so much of extra stuff that I don't think it's really reasonable to get under 200 because there's just all these I mean, you're just doing line after line for all this stuff, and separating them out in different methods is nice and makes it easier to read. So each method is more bite-sized. And then when you see the show player, you can be like, oh, okay, what are we doing? We got a vertical, so really start vertical box. That's end vertical box, end vertical box, and space. All right, so now you can read it. Okay, there's a box. Inside the box, you got your player name, player details, player level, points, stats, damage, response. So it's easier to read and figure out what it's doing, but it's still going to be a long method. So for player points, we're going to say start row, and we'll do label and say hit points true for bold. And we'll make this 80 wide. Yeah. And then we'll do label player dot hit points of player dot hit points max. I already built properties for these, so it's a lot easier, really. And for this, I'm going to make it 80 as well. And then I want buttons. If button minus 10, we'll do minus 1. Yeah, and we'll make this 25. Then player dot add hit points minus 1. See where I'm going with this? Do you see? And we're going to do minus 10. Then we'll do plus 10 plus 1. Is it should be plus 1 plus 10 or plus 10 plus 1? How does your brain work? And then we will end row. Ooh, I have one more. Equals. And this is going to be player dot hit points max minus player dot hit points. Do we have a reset button? Player dot reset hit points. That is easier. Sometimes I have done things for myself and I forget. Okay, so we do hit points, magic points. Alright, and that should be that. I'll probably want a space after this, though. Yeah, the managers, it makes sense, but then sometimes it gets difficult to figure out how to link them all together. And I think one of the things that it's just something to get used to is having tons of components on one object. I'm trying to get more used to that. You know, if I take, let me just push play again to reset this issue, relink things. If I take one of these goblins, for instance, one of them, you know, I already have so many things on here. Blend shapes manager, you know, audio source, actor target, a detail target, actor, the collider, the rigid body, nav mesh stuff, actor settings, actor part. These are all these things, but it's like, but that's okay, right? Which button? This buttons, these buttons. I need to make them longer, or the bigger ones bigger. Oh, interesting. Shouldn't let me go above that. And, okay. Aha, good, I did get more hit points. Oh, I need to reset my hit points on level up too, and magic points. And I need to add buttons for these points. Oh, I do. Ha! When my stamina goes up, my hit points should go up over time too. They aren't, though. Why aren't they going up? For this one, a paladin, when my personality goes up, my magic points should go up. But they aren't. Interesting. Stats, add points. Let me just check my stat system. I thought I had built in the min-max. Maybe I just... Well, I guess I can't set that value in here because it's going to be... let me just tell you why I'm rambling about all of a sudden. But I've got my stats here through the stats system and the game modules. And I have hit points. Here we go. So if I've got a minimum of negative 100, it can never go negative 100, but there's no maximum because it's the maximum is hit points max. So it's going to be, I'm required to do that math here. And so really when I say add hit points, I need to maximize this out. So it's going to be mathf.clamp. This would probably be easier if I just did this. And say if hit points stat equals that. So if hit points stat add points, if hit points stats at points is greater than hit points max, then hit points stat, then reset hit points. All right. And then similarly, do the same thing here, but with magic points. So magic points stat. And magic points max and reset magic points. So that should keep it from going over. Oh, I already have hit point stat here. Okay, good. Then we will just do that to cache it. Okay. It's good to have personal collections of stuff like that. I've got a utilities class I have that I've been using to decent effect, which I think is like, it's for the game, but really it can be used in lots of different ways. It's like the mathf thing, math functions. All right, can I give myself A what? Nope, I can't. Good. Can I give myself more than negative 100? Nope, I can't. Good. So stats is doing its job. You can see the slider going down. That's good. Alright. Now, let me look at my stats for hit points max. Okay. It's directly affected by these things. Stamina does directly affect it. It's probably that I'm not saying it dirty. I think no, that can't be right. Well, it could be right actually. Let me try that. So when I do my level up, when I do level up, oh, okay. When I do level up, add skill points and then stats.set dirty. So that should set all my stats dirty and force them to recalculate. That's using the stats system from the game modules bundle. Available now on the asset store. And so I'm thinking is my thing adds points, but it's not saying the stats dirty, and since it's not saying the stats dirty, the system doesn't know, hey, I need to recompute this. And yet it does. And so now when we go up a level, it should set our stats dirty. And really, I'm going to make this super high. So you can see the lookup value is going to go up over time. And that's where the real value comes from, is that lookup value right here, 11. So now we go up from 54 to 61. Is that right? I don't even know. I think I need to add the set dirty for the stamina too. Player properties editor. Plus player stats. Show stat. So game stat, do I set dirty? Where do I set dirty here? Nowhere. Should I set dirty here, or should I let the user do it? Yeah, Might and Magic was fun. Might and Magic 6 was all my thing. Might and Magic 10 was a disappointment. I loved that it was made in Unity, but my experience was the first scene I loaded, the sign for the town, New Sorpagal, was all pixelated because the texture resolution was just wrong for some reason. And it was so disappointing. And it took extra long to come out on a Mac, even though it was made with Unity. And I was like, why is that? But yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll just do it here. Player.stats. Set dirty. Probably should have looked to see how this affects, but we'll see. So my hit points should go up with stamina. They don't appear to be going up with stamina, and that's an issue. Why don't they go up? Let me see my stats. Stamina, stamina, base stat, stamina, main settings, stats. Ah, that's why. No, that's not why, because it's not on this. It's on the character class and character race. So my main character, my first character here, not main character, is a half orc knight. So the half orc has all these stats. Hit points max is a base value plus 3 per level on your final stat of level. Magic points is that, but no extra magic points. And stamina goes up, but there's no extra hit points. Oh, I see. I think... Okay, and the knight stats has hit points max 4 per that. Okay. So yeah, there's nothing that... Oh, and stamina, yeah. So this is supposed to be bringing in stamina. So the knight should be getting 4 hit points max times the value in stat bonus. So that was that lookup table value. That was 10 or 11. So they should be getting an extra bit there. So this is a knight, and so as this goes up, it should go up 4 for every time that goes up, but it doesn't appear to be doing so. Yeah. So it's getting the level up part, but right, you got 7 extra hit points. And from this comes from 4 from here and 3 from here. So that part worked. Why didn't the other part work? I have to look into that. Okay, that's gonna be a to-do item for me. I'm not gonna do that on this stream because that's just gonna be kind of boring, and I don't want to talk through it necessarily. But I'm gonna add it to my notes. Game modules bug to fix. I need to be more descriptive with my bug reports here. 6, 30, 22. It's actually 7-1 now, I suppose. But stats. The stat bonuses based on other stats, i.e. stamina on my knight, do not seem to be adding any effect. Alright. Check this out, yo. Alright. There we go. Obsidian, yes. Because people keep just talking about it. And you know, when people talk about things, you just gotta do it. I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. I came back, like I told you I would, and I'm going to open a can. That's your ASMR moment. Man, can you think about all those people who have never had water with bubbles in it? Crazy, right? No, the UI is definitely not, except for this little thing up here. That looks cool, right? Look, it changes color. Ooh. When I go into turn-based mode, it changes color. And somewhere there's... Oh, yeah, and I can use these two buttons to change the color too. N and M, but it's supposed to be like when you get close to bad guys. Yeah. Ah, guess the drink. Or I gave it away. That was bubbly water. But yeah, I mean, you can guess the brand and the flavor, I suppose. I need a hoodie on now. What the heck? It's getting cold. It's getting cold for some reason. It's summertime and it's cold. My window's closed. It's summertime and it's cold. Makes no sense. All right. All right. Now I'm a little warmer. Yeah, I don't know what's with the weather. It's supposed to be hot. Usually, you know, it's 90-degree Fahrenheit every day here, but this whole week it's going to be like cold. The sun will be hot, but the air is just windy and not really warm. Yeah. You've never had a bubbly? Bubbly water. See, I used to drink Coke, and somehow I realized at some point that I would go to like McDonald's and I wasn't even hungry. All I really was thirsty. And when I'm really thirsty, I want bubbles, and I realized that it's not Coke that I want, it's just the bubbles. And so when I got used to drinking bubbly water, it was a good thing for me because it's not drinking Coke. Alright, so we have now experience going, we have damage going. So now, ooh, yeah. 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 But the problem is, of course, they're not fighting back. They're dying. They're dying. Yeah, I need to get my new got hit system working on this so that if I hit them from the side, I mean, generally they'll be facing me if I'm that close because they'll just be looking at me. But still, if I shoot an arrow at them or something. Anyways, I think it's time to make them move. This is lightly flavored, but nothing, no sugar. This is a LaCroix Black Raspberry. Oh, hi, Merrick. Oh, Merrick, you're too late. You missed all the math stuff. Okay. I have to say, I started by saying you helped me with an algorithm, and then saying, but I'm changing it now, and I changed it. So, maybe I'll ask you for your advice off the stream about how to reverse my algorithm. But now I want to do something fun, and that's called getting these goblins to move. So I actually had states of the goblins moving years ago, when a little over a year ago. Something like that. I don't anymore. And navmesh stuff always confuses the hell out of me. But actor, what do I have? Movement? No. Do I not have movement? Maybe I changed it. Movement. Actions, player movement. Enemy. Maybe this. Maybe I deleted it. I don't think I deleted it. No, but Um, yeah, so I don't know. All right. Well, I guess I'll start from scratch. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I've always found that the intelligence of the AI is derives. It's like an emergent property almost from just some simple rules, and changing rules just slightly can change, um, everything. So I think that my aim right now is to get them moving, basically, um, and so I want to do. Um, so yeah, so let me just talk it through before I do anything. I've got my states. Game state. So I've got my states here, which Legend Enums. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So I've got my game states. None I'm not actually using. Preloading, loading, game on, saving, closing. So actors are only going to be doing stuff during game on, which is good. So that's going to be making it easy. Everything else, they're going to be in a different state. And then there's action states. And this is real time. Enemies will move towards you, attack you. Game time is moving, etc. And turn based is not that. It's when everyone has an action time, and if it's the enemy's action time, they'll do an action. When they're done, the game time will continue. If a player can do an action, then the game time will pause. Everything will pause until the player does an action. If the spell is on deck, enemies don't do anything. If the menu's out open, they don't do anything. System menu loading, none of these. So enemies only do stuff during these two times. That also makes it easy. And then there's going to be enemy states, enemy action states too. So let me just write them down here. I think I'll use this here in enemy action state. Because I think inside game on, there's these two, and inside each of these, there are these two states. They could be doing some of these. So there's going to be idle. Right? This is just idle state. This is where enemy doesn't see the player. They're just hanging out. So it's kind of, it includes movement. They can move during the idle state. It's not like an idle animation. It just means it's just bumming around. They're walking around. They're moving around. They're not seeking the enemy. But then they could go into a mode where they do see the enemy, or the player rather, and they're aware of the player. And this is kind of like the active state, I suppose. I can change that in a bit, but enemy is aware of the player and knows where they are. And then there's going to be a state where, if they suddenly lose sight of the player, but they just saw the player, so they know the player's there, but they don't see them directly, patrolling. So I'll come back to patrolling. And that's going to be seeking. Seek state. Enemy is recently saw the player. or herd and is looking for them. And then there's going to be the return. Enemy is attempting to return to their home base. So this home base for them is going to be like a home area region. All right, there you go. Alert. Alert. Patrol. Okay, so patrol, alert, seek, return. And so, yeah, essentially, they're going to start out patrolling. They might hear the player. That might be a thing. I'm not going to add that now, but they might hear the player. They might see the player or somehow know the player exists. I think the idea, I don't know, in some games you attack one bad guy and they're like, oh, I just got shot by an arrow. Now I'm aware of the player. And the enemies next to them are like, why is he moving away? What happened to him? Yeah, it's going to be a very simple system, Jack. It's not going to be anything exciting. I mean, it's going to be very exciting, but it's going to be very simple. It's nothing. It shouldn't be complicated. That's my goal. This is not going to be complicated. So they can patrol. They actively know where the player is. They're just looking for the point. Essentially, they're going to be given a position in the world and go to that position and then wait around for a little bit. And if they don't see the player, then they're going to either go back to patrol if they're still within their home base. Otherwise, they're going to return to their home base and just go back over there. Unless, of course, they see the player again, because they're constantly going to be checking for the player. Okay, that's a good idea. Return to sender. Address unknown. Cancel. Whatever you're doing. I don't like it when this happens. It was scanning all these files and I'm like, wait, I only had that in one spot. So I think these are the only enemy action states that I can think of. NPCs will have a similar state. And actually, yeah, let me actually change this. It's not going to be enemy action states. It's going to be actor action state. Because an NPC who's not a bad guy, they might not be alert to where they want to attack you. Alert might not actually be the right word. But there's going to be one other one aside from seek, and that's going to be run away. Enemy wants to run away from the player. Get out of there fast. These are going to be actors. Because there could be a goblin that doesn't want to fight you for some reason, and it wants to run away. Yeah, I think for this, in a way, that guard state that you mentioned is going to be a part of patrol. There's going to be essentially a timer that they'll move to a spot, then they'll stand there for a little bit, then they'll move to another spot, and inside that is also the pick nose one, and all that. So running away is basically they're saying, okay, I see the player, I want to get far, far away from them. I'm not sure how I'll handle that one, but we'll see how that one works out. Sometimes we just do the simple stuff, and the AI just kind of looks like it's doing smart stuff. That's what I'm hoping I end up with here. So, okay. So these are the actor action states. And so this is where I'm like, do I do one script for each state? or do I just do one script that has each state in it? As an example, what's this actor AI? This is an old script. AI navigation. Create C# script, and we're gonna make this. Oh, I was supposed to create a folder, but that's okay. Well, I'm gonna do this actor actions and create folder. Where's folder? There it is. I want to type actor actions, and we'll move actor actions into actor actions. All right. So let's see. This is going to be system.serializable. So I need to keep a record of what the current state is. So legend legend enums dot actor action state current state equals. We're going to start with patrol. Yep, and we will do public legend enums dot actor action state current state get set. But when we don't want to set it like this. So no, we're not going to do, we're just going to do get. We're not going to set. So I can do get, right? Is that right? I think that's right. So I can get it, but I can't set it because saying it's going to be done automatically. Zoom, thank you for that reminder. Yep, I think this is going to be the class that handles the switching between the states, and then each state will do its own actions. That's my thinking. Easier to set the enemy into idle during a patrol to scan for targets and then return back to patrolling. Yeah, I mean that's where it's going to be like a sub state. I would consider that to be a sub state. In the way I'm thinking about it in my head is like if they're not seeing the enemy, then it's just they're in patrol mode, which sometimes that means they're walking around, sometimes that means they're idle. You know, if I was super advanced, then maybe they would see a chair and they'd sit down for a while. Maybe even they'd fall asleep. You know, so there'd be that kind of like sub-states inside that. But once the enemy is in sight, once the player is in sight, all of that gets thrown out of the window. So they're in a completely different world. Now they're not going to do any of that stuff. So it's sort of like a larger chunk of actions that they might do. Yeah. All right, so we got current state, and we need things like can see the player. So public bool can see player, and is going to be something, I don't know what. Let's return false for now. What else do we need? Public bool. So this is going to be like things that I can check from every other subscript, essentially. Like there are going to be multiple states where they care and whether they can see the player, but there's only one state where they can care about attacking the player, and that's during the whatever we called it, the alert state. They don't care about attacking the player when they can't even see him. So let's do that, and then let's add the other states, I suppose. So we'll start with the patrol, actor patrol, actor action patrol. Everything can get really complex really fast. Actor action patrol. I suppose let me see. What if these all derive from another class? I don't know if it needs to. But what we do need is actor actions equal, and then void start or awake. Actor actions equals get component actor actions. And then void update if actor action that current state does not equals this state, then return, and then therefore we need public void or legendinums dot actor action state this state. And we should probably add these. Okay, this stays patrol. Public void enter state. So I suppose when we enter the state, Aggro range. Yeah, that's similar to what I'm doing. What's LOS? Enter state, let's see. And does the actor know, should know its parent thing, right? So this actor is just by itself. But the real actors are these ones. And this thing will produce a spawn an actor. And it should then, the actor should know who it's who its object is, I think, right? Or did I not add that? Line of sight. Well, the problem is LOS is also Legend of the Stones in a way. So when I see LOS, I'm not sure, but line of sight, yes. All right. Yeah. I suppose. All right, let's just assume that. I guess we'll just, yeah. What I'm looking for is the it's 2 a.m. now, so I'm getting close to where I actually can fall asleep and be okay for not waking up at 4 a.m. But there needs to be a concept of like areas where the goblin wants to stay inside, and areas close to their home base that they want to stay inside of. So each spawner essentially really needs to have a I guess, wait, maybe I already have something. No. It needs to have an area, right? Let's see. So let me look at my object spawner. It's been a couple weeks since I did this, and I've forgotten, of course, everything about it. So we need on object spawner a public game object it's actually going to be multiple, but what do I call it? This is the area where the actor can go or wants to be. And so we're going to call this zones, and then public game object main zone or home zone So this is going to be areas where the actor can go, and the home zone for when the actor needs to come back home. That's going to be like the main zone. That is probably going to be a smaller zone in the middle. And then on my spawner here, if I look at my inspector, I need a place to create zones, because the spawner is a nice object. Everything's built in the inspector, so it makes it easier to set up. So spawn points, object options. So it's going to be underneath object options. So object options. Underneath here, we're going to do zones. Undo zone changes. And let's create zones. So private void zones. Alright, so we're going to start box and end vertical box. And in this, we are going to do... Where's my... I should just bring this by the other so I can kind of copy paste. I know copy pasting is not, you know, or at least look. Alright, so start row. We're going to do zones, and we'll do 150 bold true. Oops, this is supposed to be label. Start row and end row. So we have our label, and then I do want this little gray thing on this on the side. So I'm going to copy this. So script.zones.count equals .length. Oh, I guess it should be a list. I prefer a list anyways. So list of game object zones equals new list of game object, and this is actually only one zone, not an array, so that's nice to fix that. So zones.count, there are no zones. And then otherwise, zones. And we can do this if it's greater than 1 s s or nothing. Does that work? No, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be fancy for my own thing. Zones. Okay. That should give me that, and then I need a button to show them and all that. So end row, then we're going to do for each of our zone in script.zones. Forgot in show zone. We'll add that here, and for now we will just do start row, end row, and we'll do label and zone.name. Alright. And then underneath showing our zones, we will do add new zone, which is going to be add new zone. And we'll do that here, private void, add new zone. And for this, we need to start row, end row. I don't think we really need that, but that's okay. And colors is going to be color.yellow and color.yellow. So it's going to look like this button basically, and reset colors at the end as well. And that's going to be a if button Add zone. Was that 150 maybe? Then we'll add a zone. But we need to... Yeah, so, okay, zone's going to be a primitive. Yeah, yellow. That's what I do for all my ads. It's the common language I try to remember to use in all of my inspector scripts. Whenever there's something that where you can add something, it's going to be yellow. So adding a spawn point or adding objects, that one will be yellow, so it draws the eye in. That's what I try to do. My language. Huh. Good old Norm. Might and Magic 4. So I loved Might and Magic 2. That was my first Might and Magic, and I played it a lot back in the day. And then Might and Magic 3, when it came out on the Mac, I'm so glad they used to make those for the Mac. Came out on the Mac, I played that one summer in particular, was just like non-stop. I loved that game. I played that a lot. 4 and 5 though, I think they came out for the Mac, but it took them a long time, and I think for some reason it wasn't. I played 4 some, but I never got to 5 or something. I forget that, but yeah, when 6 came out, not Mac, but I ended up getting a PC just to play it. Really, I played on my dad's PC for a while. Yeah, yeah, good times. All right. Add zone. So this is going to be a primitive. So if we do this, we're going to say var new zone equals create primitive game object dot create primitive. There we go. And primitive type is going to be a cube. Yep, and then on new zone dot scale, local scale dot transform dot local scale is going to be equals vector 3.1 times 10, and then actually I don't want it to be 10 high, so I think what I'm going to do is equals new vector 3, and we'll say 10, 3, 10. Alright, so it's only 3 high. And then we also need new zone dot mesh render dot get component mesh renderer dot enabled equals false. And then actually I can just get rid of it, so it's not even disabling it really. It's going to be destroy that. And then what else do we need? We need to turn the collider into turn off the collider, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna destroy. I'm gonna turn it off. I don't know if that will remove what I want to do, but I want to turn off the collider, I believe, right? Is that what I want to do? 1 unit equals 1 meter. Let's see. Create a cube. We get a renderer, which I'll turn. Let me just reset this and we'll see what it looks like. It would be 10, 3, 10, and we will turn the renderer off, and for the box collider, if I turn it off, I'm still able to like get the bounds of the box, I think, and change the scale and stuff. Yeah, so okay, so I'll just turn the collider off as well. We'll do that. True. Whoops. Box collider. Okay, that should be that, and then we will say script.zones.add new zone, and then if script.zones.home or script.home zone equals null, then we will make script.home zone equals new zone as well. So if we don't already have the home zone, then we'll assign this one to the home zone. Home zone. Honestly, I'm trying to learn Celsius right now. I went to Iceland for a work thing, and you know, being American, you don't need to learn Celsius. It's silly. But then it is more logical, honestly. The only thing I like about Fahrenheit is that there's more space between temperatures, right? Like, you know, going from 30 to 40 C is a huge jump, much bigger than going from, say, 60 to 70 F, you know, or 70 to 80 F. So there's more nuance in Fahrenheit. That's the only thing I like about it, I suppose. And that I intrinsically know it, right? All right, so if I got this, we'll do this one. If I got this one, we have our zones. There are no zones. Add a zone. And it... Oh, I need to parent it. All right. So... new zone.transform.parent equals script.game object.transform. Okay, so we need to parent that zone. And I suppose we'll say new zone transform.local position equals vector3 .0, and we can do the same for local Euler angles. There we go. It did not get the position though. Why didn't it? Oh, because I didn't parent. I need to parent it first. And I'll parent it after I make the scale. Okay. And then for each row, we need base 12, like the Babylonians. So, all right. Let's add one more zone. Good, it added it. And then, okay. What will we put in the zone? First, we need the X. Yeah. All right. So if symbol.x, symbol x 25. All right. I was just looking for that basically. Zones. There we go. All right, so if we've got scrambled, remove where x equals zones dot remove x equals zone. That doesn't seem right. Why isn't that? It should work, shouldn't it? Okay, that would work either way. All right, zones, remove and exit GUI, and then we'll have the home button. So if script.home zone equals zone, then we will say color, background color is, actually we'll do it this way. Do colors, and our background is going to be either color.green or color.black, and then our content color is going to be either color.white or color.gray. All right, and then reset color and do another button. Oh, we need to make the red button. So background color is color.red. Okay. And this is going to be symbol star closed. And if we do that, then script.home zone equals zone. Then we reset the color, and then we'll do a delayed text field, delayed text, and this is going to be zone.name, and we'll make it 100, and zone.name equals that. But first we will need var temp name equals zone.name, and then we will say if temp or if zone.name, actually no, if string dot is null or white space zone.name, then zone.name equals temp name. So you can't make an empty name essentially. And let's just see what that looks like. I need my selector button still. Oh, and I need to fix whatever bugs there are here still. Oh. What happened here? I'm supposed to do that. Alright, so I can now choose the home zone. And I need this button for selecting the object as well. Symbol bullet. Yeah. Alright. Select active object with context. So, zones. Show zone. Button. Let me put my delete button. Home selection. Home zone selection button. And name of object. And above that, we'll do object selection. So select 50 zone. All right. So that should let us select the object, and then we can modify its stuff. All right, we'll call this home cube and test. That good, it worked. And then I want to make this the home. I want to delete that, undo, that works, delete that, delete that, delete that. They didn't actually delete the game objects though. So that's a problem. Let me just delete these here because why not? Delete that. I didn't set that to delete the objects. That's my fault. So first we're going to say, oh, interesting. So instead of removing all, we can say destroy zone, and then remove all where x equals null. Where's my spawner? Zones. Add zones. Okay. We'll call this home zone. And if I delete it, oh, destroy immediate. Oh, yeah. Destroy immediate. I always forget that. A new zone, destroy that one, undo. Oh, I can't undo that destroy. That's odd. Alright. Alright, so home zone, I'm going to select that and make this bigger. Okay. And then how else do I do this? I want a script on this. When if I've got these spawn points, I've got the object spawn points where I can select the parent. I want that button. So I'm going to create a script similar to that called spawn zone. Spawn object. Yeah, spawn zone. Spawn zone. Or let's call it zone. Nope. New script called zone. I'll move this to the right spot. Half the time I forget. And I don't know where to stick it, so I'll stick it in the main thing. Alright. Spawn object position. What was that script's name on these spawn point? Object spawn point. Look at that. See? I told you. I don't put them in the right spot. Spawn point editor. Alright, where is spawn point editor? In that is not the right editor script. Should be here. Okay. And create new script, zone editor. Okay. There we go. Zone. Zone. All right. And zone is here. Object spawner is there. Spawner editor. Spawn point that I really want to look at, actually. Spawn, whoops, spawn point. Okay, so spawn point editor. Very simple stuff here. Target as zone. I'm going to do colors, I think, but we'll do that in a bit. And on scene GUI. Well, I'll probably do something with that, but not draw lines, at least not yet. All right, and then colors, awake. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna need colors in a bit, but we're gonna do that later. I don't think I need anything else on it, but I do want this button on Inspector GUI. Snap. We don't need the snap. We do need the select parent. And that actually should work as is. Let's see. Oh, but I do need to add it to the objects. That is in the spawner editor, zones, and add new zone, and new zone dot add component, and type of, what do I call it? Zone. Okay. Alright, so now when I select my home zone, I can easily select the parent and go back and forth. That was the goal of that. I just wanted to be able to click that button. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. What just happened? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I deleted those two zones outside of the script. So I need to account for that inside the script. And so the first thing I need to do is remove missing zones. And that's going to be private void remove missing zones. Actually, we'll just do this. And so, before show zone, we're just going to do that. There we go. So now if someone like me deletes these outside of the script, then it won't throw that error. Error. Okay. So we can select the zone, we can select the parent, and add a new zone, and this zone, if we select that, we can bring it out and bring it over and stuff. So this is where colors come in handy, because I don't know where my other zone is. I don't know where my stuff is. I want to know where my other stuff is. Yeah. So I think I need to have a method of showing colors on this. Interesting. So I need a method of showing the colors, showing the one I've got selected. So when I have the home zone selected, this will be a different color. These objects, the actor objects markers will be shown so I can see where they are. And the other zones will be shown, but in a different color so I can see where they are. So that I can get a very nice high-level view of everything. However, it's now 2:40 in the morning, and I think it's about time to go to bed. My mistake of taking a nap at 7:30 and waking up at nearly midnight is over. I'm tired now. It's time to go to sleep. So, with that, I will next time, probably tomorrow morning, add these colors and do that. So I'm going to set up another stream for tomorrow, maybe around 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is about 8 hours or so. And and I'll be back then, and we'll do more stuff. I got the day off of work tomorrow, so that's exciting. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm glad you were able to join, and have a great night.